New tonight, we're hearing from an immigrant brought here as a child. Eduardo Cisneros is a dreamer, and President Joe Biden just signed a memo to protect people like him by ordering the Secretary of Homeland Security to preserve and fortify the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, better known as DACA. Our Justin Schur explains how that order is impacting Cisneros.
Overall, I've had a pretty, decent life. Like I said, something I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have had if we would have stayed in Mexico.
This is a picture of Eduardo Cisneros with his brother and their grandfather just before their mother, Minerva, brought he and his brother, Diego, over to the United States when they were young.
We were children when we came here, so I think that's something that we technically didn't ask to come here.
Eduardo, who is blind, says his mother had hoped for a better life in the U.S.
Over there in Mexico, they don't have any really, they don't have any help at all for any whether it be blind or mentally handicapped. They don't have any type of help or any programs that would help me be an independent person, or any educational programs for us. So that's the whole I'm the whole reason my mom came here.
Sadly, Eduardo's brother Diego died of cancer. Eduardo, who is a dreamer, says he is grateful his mother brought him here. And just days after President Biden signed a memo telling the Secretary of Homeland Security to work with the Attorney General to preserve and fortify DACA, some people say this is a positive step in the right direction.
I think it's a good first step with immigration.
We have to start somewhere, right? And move forward. This is long overdue. So we want to ensure that we keep moving forward and not going backwards.
And while some opponents have said in the past that they believe this will increase illegal immigration, people in favor of helping dreamers say this is an ethical and a human rights issue to help those who were brought here achieve a better life. And while there is proposed legislation aimed at helping dreamers, people like Eduardo say the recent memo is a good step forward.
My main thing would be then I wouldn't have to worry about that whole possibility of hopefully, the whole possibility of one day the DACA thing just ending for some random reason. And then, if all goes well, it wouldn't have to worry about being deported just out of nowhere.